December 8, 2012, NECW Heavyweight Champion Sean Burke defends his title against his mentor, Antonio the Promise Thomas, on a charity event in Fall River, Massachusetts. On this edition of the NECW Online Update, we'll show you highlights from this controversial match and why it could change the face of New England Championship Wrestling in 2013. Welcome everyone to the final NECW Online Update of 2012, and we end the year with the most controversial matchup. Fall River, Massachusetts was the location, a special charity event to benefit muscular dystrophy, and the NECW Heavyweight Champion on your left, Sean Burke, taking on his mentor, Antonio Thomas, on the right. The NECW Heavyweight Championship on the line in a 15-minute time limit matchup. As you see Thomas gaining an advantage and rolling over Sean Burke, who kicks out. A large crowd on hand in Fall River, Massachusetts. Both men were separately scheduled for this event, and the organizers approached us and asked if they could face each other with the title on the line. Sean Burke was willing to do so, and the championship committee said yes. Thomas hanging on to Burke. Kind of an incredulous matchup between these two. You wouldn't expect to see the teacher versus the student as Thomas hangs on to the side headlock. Sean Burke winning the NECW title in September. Thomas, a former NECW Tag Team Champion, a former NECW Iron 8 champion, has never held the NECW Heavyweight Championship. Thomas comes up with a chin lock after Burke went for the clothesline. And Thomas driving a knee into the temple of Sean Burke. Hip lock takeover by Thomas. Fans, this coming Friday night, New England Championship Wrestling, kicking off 2013, all championships will be on the line. Thomas looking like he was going for an abdominal stretch, but went for the takedown instead, and both men come up in a standoff. And slap hands, Burke pulls him in, belly to back suplex, and Thomas right on the back of his head. Burke goes for the cover and gets two. Even the fans here are stunned that these two would be facing each other. One of those situations where the people don't know who to cheer. Burke driving the midsection of Thomas into the corner. And now, Burke whips Thomas to the opposite side, and he takes the buckle hard. Burke goes for the cover, and only gets one. Burke trying to lock up the rib cage. Trying to squeeze the air out of Thomas. Sean Burke. 18 to 20 months or so in professional wrestling. Is the NECW Heavyweight Champion, and Thomas rolls him off. Body slam by Burke. Burke with a cover. Only 2. Burke with a height and weight advantage. Thomas, though, superbly conditioned. And a veteran of the squared circle. Burke got a 2 count, rolling Thomas over. Thomas trying to elbow his way out here. And Thomas finally gets Burke to break the hold. Kick to the midsection by Burke. Burke trying to set Thomas up for the suplex. Has him up. Jackknifes him over that top rope. Burke now brings Thomas back into the ring face first. Thomas looked like he landed badly on his wrist. And Thomas takes a 2 count. Sean Burke trying to wear down Thomas. Trying to cut off the wind. Thomas trying to get to his feet. Elbow to the temple. And another. Once again, Thomas has powered his way out. Off the ropes. Burke catches him into a power slam and a cover right here. Only 2. Frustration on the part of Sean Burke. Once again, this matchup taking the NECW Championship Committee by surprise. NECW had allowed its title to be defended on this event, but did not expect this to be the matchup. Burke now trying to suplex Thomas out of the ring. Thomas hanging on. Thomas with a couple of shots to the rib cage. Burke in kind. Tries to get Thomas up. Thomas now sending the head of Burke into the turnbuckle. And now it's Thomas trying to get Burke back into the ring. Thomas trying to use the ropes for leverage, setting up Burke for a superplex. Thomas clubbing Burke across the back. And finally, Thomas muscles Burke over the top. Both men the worse for wear as the referee begins to count. A grueling matchup between 2 great athletes. This week on the NECW Online Update. Burke finally back up on his feet. That will break the count. Forearm smash to Thomas. Thomas with a big uppercut. Both men slugging away. Burke just shoves Thomas into the ropes. Thomas ducks down. And Thomas with a clothesline. Kick to the midsection by Thomas. Drop kick to the side of the face of Sean Burke. Thomas with the champion. Northern Light suplex. He's got him down. And only 2. Once again, a matchup that was presented to NECW officials. Big uppercut by Thomas. And another. Burke is rocked in the corner. Thomas setting him up. Thomas trying to get himself up there. Thomas looks like he may be going for a Frankensteiner, but he slips off. And now it's Burke on the second rope, going for a bulldog as he drives the head of Thomas into the canvas. Burke rolling around like he may have hurt himself on the way down. And a cover by Burke, but only gets two. An epic back and forth matchup. The top prize in New England Championship Wrestling is on the line. Burke has it. Thomas wants it. Thomas with an inside cradle and a 2 count only. Oh, big kick by Thomas and another. Thomas has the champion rocked. Fisherman suplex. Here's a cover. And only 2. Thomas going for the leg, trying to turn Burke over into a crab. Thomas gets the half crab. This is a submission maneuver. Burke's face etched in pain. Burke trying to get to the ropes, but Thomas pulls him back. Burke with his hand in the air, and there's the bell. The bell is sounded. Burke didn't tap. Referee conferring with the ring announcer, and we're about to get the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 15-minute time limit has expired. Referee talks and rules this bout a draw. Still NECW Heavyweight Champion, Sean Burke.
Sean Burke remains the NECW Heavyweight Champion, and Antonio Thomas can't believe it. Now fans, in the course of this matchup, the ankle of Sean Burke was broken. The extent of the damage is not known at this time. You can see Burke struggling to get to his feet. The guts of Sean Burke on display right here. Fans chanting 5 more minutes. But the organizers of the event are not going to allow this to continue. The referee walks to the back. And that is going to be all for Thomas versus Burke. However, we are awaiting word on the extent of the injury to Sean Burke. Friday night's event in Randolph, Massachusetts is a mandatory title defense for all champions. The question is, will Sean Burke be able to defend the title this Friday night in Randolph? Burke has indicated that he will be in the building one way or another. As you see both men in a display of good sportsmanship.
One more time, one more time, one more time.
Listen to the banner between these two.
NECW, that belt's mine. You'll get a whole lot more than 5 minutes, and I'm taking that belt. Whatever you want, promise. Whatever you want.
Folks, you want to be in Randolph this Friday night. for NECW's New Year's Evolution. We'll have more NECW Online update right after this. New England Championship Wrestling returns live as we kick off 2013 with New Year's Evolution. Friday night, January 4th, at the Knights of Columbus, 25T Drive, Randolph, Mass, with an 8 p.m. bell time. All NECW titles will be defended on this event. In the main event, it's a return grudge match as NECW Heavyweight Champion Burke takes on Johnny Thunder. This time, no one will be allowed at ringside. NECW Tag Team Champions, the House Party, defend the titles against the Crown Jewels. World Women's Wrestling Champion Alexis Nevaeh battles Nikki Valentine. Jeremy Prophet faces his toughest test to date as he takes on former WWE star Antonio the Promise Thomas. Newcomer Mike Webb and Nick Fahrenheit take on superstar Scotty Slade and the Shure Thing Mark Shurman. Tickets are on sale now, online at necw.tv or call toll-free 1-800-838-3006. That's 1-800-838-3006. Don't miss NECW's 2013 kickoff New Year's Evolution, Friday night, January 4th, at the Knights of Columbus in Randolph.
We just found out that on January the 4th in Randolph, Massachusetts, New Year's Evolution, you'll be facing former NECW Tag Team Champion and Iron 8 Champion Antonio the Promise Thomas.
That's right, Antonio Thomas. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit more up my alley, if you will. You know, I got a great deal of respect for him. I know he's very accomplished, not only in the United States, not only in the New England area. I mean, he's been all over the world. He's a former WWE superstar. But don't think for a second that's going to intimidate me and that's going to scare me off. I came here to fight the best, and that's what I intend on doing. Antonio Thomas, you may or may not know who I am. But when I'm done with you, you will definitely remember Jeremy Prophet. You see, you used to be a heartthrob. But come next show, January 4th, you know what? I might just make your heart stop.
I'm joined at this time by Scotty Slade and Mark Shurman. You guys had an impressive effort tonight, but you came up just a little bit short.
Short? You trying to say something about my height? There's not one thing short about me. And as far as I'm concerned, you refer to me as the superstar, Scotty Slade.
Do you know who I am? I'm the Shure Thing Mark Shurman. For those of you at home, and you treat me with the utmost respect that I deserve.
Well, be that as it may, what are you guys thinking after this matchup tonight?
What am I thinking? I'm not thinking anything right now. House Party got lucky. Last night I was fighting 110-degree temperature, and Sherman, he pulled his groin. Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, it was a night off for them. But don't worry. NECW, Mark Shurman, and Scotty Slade are going to be back in the title run. You might as well put our names engraved on those belts, because sooner or later, they're going to be around our waist.
That's right, Scotty. Tell them. Yes! Yes! I'm pissed!
Calm down. Just relax. All right? You know what the doctor said. All right. Okay.
More Adderall.
More Adderall. More Adderall.
Clearly, we haven't seen the last of Scotty Slade and Mark Shurman going after Tag Team Gold here in New England Championship Wrestling. I am here with Mr. Fabulous Tony Ulysses and Playboy Jimmy James of the Crown Jewels. Gentlemen, on January the 4th in Randolph, Massachusetts, you've got an NECW Tag Team Championship match against the House Party, but we just saw you guys have a vicious attack on the champions.
Listen, my good man, let's get it straight. Maximum strength is what Mr. Fabulous is all about. You know, our main man, Eli, he's nursing his injury right now. So I had to, as only Mr. Fabulous can do, step in and hook up with the big guy, and I do mean the big guy. And we're gonna show D-House, D-Rated, D-whatever, exactly what we're all about. Tell them about it, Playboy.
House Party, that was just a tiny little sample of what the Crown Jewels are going to do to you on January 4th when we take those gorgeous tag team titles and put them around our thin, trim waists.
I am here with Cooley K and KMC, the House Party, still your NECW Tag Team Champions, but gentlemen, the Crown Jewels made it well known that they are next in line for those tag team titles.
Know something now? As much as we would like to stand here and say how happy we are to be back in NECW defending our tag team titles, unfortunately, we can't. Thanks to the Crown Jewels. You guys want to rain on our parade? You want to try to intimidate us? If you want to decide at the tag team titles, all you have to do is ask. Because ever since we won these championships, we said we take on all challengers, even the fairies that float around the ring. So, January 4th, you don't have to make the challenge to us, because we're making the challenge to you two for the tag team titles. What you think about that, huh?
January 4th, the House Party and the Crown Jewels for the NECW Tag Team Championship.
Might want to relay that message to them. So.
It's the place in cyberspace, the all-new NECW website, online at necw.tv.
I'm joined now by Tank the Tank. Tank, you and your team were victorious tonight, but there's clearly still some issues between you and Johnny Thunder.
There's definitely some issues, Al. Johnny Thunder, day one, when you came into NECW, you've been cheating your way every victory, pulling people's tights, putting your feet on the ropes to get the upper hand. And that's not going to fly with me. I was raised better than that, not to be a cheater, to be a hero, and to be a role model for people to look up to me. And you know what? One of these days, you and I are going to be going face to face. And when that day comes, all the demons in hell can't replace the pain that I'm going to inflict on you. You can guarantee that.
NECW Sonic Boom, the official audio podcast, hosted by Al Bassler and Chris Norman. NECW Sonic Boom features all the latest NECW news, match results, exclusive interviews, and analysis. NECW Sonic Boom, available online at necwwrestling.com.
Johnny, January the 4th, Randolph, Massachusetts, New Year's Evolution. You have your rematch against Sean Burke for the NECW Heavyweight Championship. This time, no one will be allowed at ringside.
That's right. No one's going to be allowed at ringside. And while you're talking about winning and everything else, what have you ever won, Basler? Tell me. What have you ever won?
Well, the giant Smurf doll at Canterbury Lake Park once.
Yeah. And now you're dressing like one. How lovely are you? Step aside. January 4th, Sean Burke, once again, you meet your destiny. Johnny Thunder beat you. I beat you not once. I beat you twice. Now, third time's a charm, baby. Nobody's allowed at ringside. There's going to be no interference from Tank, no interference from Jeremy Prophet or any of these other guys that want to come out and ruin what's rightfully mine, the NECW Heavyweight Championship. Sean Burke, I've been a winner all my life, my friend. Every single place I have wrestled, I have won the Heavyweight Championship. NECW is going to be no different, and I'm coming for you. And when you're sitting at home at night with that belt on your shoulder, you have to think long and hard. This man beat me. He beat me already. What am I going to do to stop it from happening again? And the answer is nothing. It is my destiny to be the NECW Heavyweight Champion. And January 4th, Sean Burke, I'm coming for you. And I am walking out the Heavyweight Champion. What do you think of that, Smurf?